Before yesterday's Nampana session, Phra Ajahn taught the novices how to calm their minds while performing daily tasks.
If you have something to talk, it must be important, must be necessary. Try to speak as lowest voice as you can. When you finish, just keep silent.
Today, the novices were allowed to arrange Nampana distribution by themselves. They were becoming more adept to monastic routine. The water pavilion was quieter than before, since the children have learned to appreciate the serenity of monkhood. Yesterday, a senior monk explained the origin of Nampana by displaying pictures.
So today we start with the picture. Do you know what picture it is? Buddha having Nampana. Okay. Where?
I heard the story before, the monkey who gave him honey and jumped and be happy that he ate it and he liked it and then he fell off the tree and died.
Okay, yeah, that's a sad part of it. But how about the whole picture? Where does it happen? Under the tree in the forest. Yeah, in the forest. It's called Lelayaka forest. Now the Buddha go in the forest, so there are no people around. How can he survive? Yes? Yeah, the animal help him. They're offering things to him. Like you see the elephant offering the water. Offering the water. He will offering the water to the Buddha and the monkey offering the honey to the Buddha.
Nampana is an important element for the survival of a monk when he needs to journey through the forest.
Okay, so now we're gonna talk about the thing that is allowable and not allowable and what the monks can and can't have during the day.
Phra Ajahn also told the novices that there were 4 kinds of garlic, the foods allowed for consumption.
Okay, so maybe we start with the first category. Okay, this the first tray here. What is it?
It's a thing you can only eat before noon.
Ah, that's right. Okay, this is the rice, corn, vegetable, soup, curry, and meat. This is the thing that we can have in the morning. And the second category, okay, this is the second one. This one.
Is it orange?
The orange juice. Any juice that's squeeze juice coming from the grapes, orange, or lychee, different kind of any kind of fruit that can be squeezed into juice. The third category is called lifelong medicine. Okay.
What is this?
This is tea, cocoa, coffee, salt, and actually lemon also part of that lifelong as well. You can keep it.
Wait, this is lemon?
This is lemon. It's also medicine.
How can you eat this and that and that?
Well, okay, some people
can
need
use
it.
this
Like it's medicine for, when you lack salt, it's a lot of problem.
It makes you have to.
And finally, the Yawa Chiwik, the herbal medicine that monks can keep with themselves permanently and can be consumed at any time.
If you mix two together, like you mix sugar and cocoa or sugar and coffee, then it's become 7 days.
The monks will have to prioritize the food by the shortest expiration. This lesson was to remind the boys to live a monastic life without breaching any precepts. Yesterday evening, the novices joined the monks for the evening chant routine.
Let none to anger or ill will, which harms upon another, even as a mother a child, only child, so with a boundless heart, should one cherish all living beings, radiating kindness over the entire world.
With better composure, many were already capable of resisting drowsiness. At night, Phra Ajahn showed the novices the sermon of Phra Ajahn Yantamo, the abbot of Ratanawan Monastery.
And we enforcement, encouragement for you. So listen carefully, okay?
And training the heart so to become more calm and more peaceful and more clear and more wise in our daily lives, and how to become happier. The mind. And so the mind is what's going to make us happy or sad. So how to make the mind peaceful. And firstly, what I would recommend is that all the novices have a diary and start off the diary right from day one and write down day one, and write in the morning and then the evening what your feelings are when you've sat meditation. Because you'll be taught how to do sitting meditation, how to sit still and watch the breath. Then after you've finished each meditation session, then write down, have just a few minutes to write down how you feel after it. Do you feel more peaceful? Do you feel more relaxed? So then you can go back after a period of time and look at whether you've progressed. You can see a pattern.
After a lesson on mindfulness, it was time for the Dharma Story.
On the picture, what does this picture represent to?
Phra Ajahn showed pictures of Prince Siddhartha, who saw the uncertainty of life, birth, old age, suffering, and death. These are reminders of the uncertainty of life.
Yeah, he's taking the prince out of the palace and see how outside world is going on. He sees all these symbols of life, or you could say these are the reflection of life, or the reflection of aging, sickness, death, and samana or bhikkhus. So he came out of the palace, and what he see. So when the prince come out of the palace and he sees it, he got an idea of this kind of suffering that he never seen before, and this kind of reflection leading him to see samana.
Then Phra Ajahn explained the origin of the saffron robes. He mentioned that the robes were invented by Phra Ananda, the Buddha's close attendant.
So this is the name of the khanda. It's like a paddy field. That's why they call the monks the field of merit. How we do the chanting, right?
Then Phra Ajahn moved on to explain other useful articles, such as sankati and sabong robes, belt, shaver, sewing needle, and portable water filter. Before heading off to bed, Phra Ajahn asked the novices to recite the 10 precepts once again. The day came to an end and the lesson came to a close. For the children, the learning of the Buddhist doctrine is slow but fruitful. just like the seeds that gradually grow under the shade of the Bodhi tree. The fourth day for the novices began no differently than other days. The senior monks and the novices met at the hall for the morning chant. The routine activities of Buddhist monks are designed to eliminate defilement and fight drowsiness by pushing the participants out of their comfort zones. Their worthiness to wear the saffron robes will be tested. Phra Ajahn has often taught people that everyone has room to improve, so constant practice is necessary. The time for the morning chant ended as the sun was rising. Almsgiving is a Buddhist way to let go of worldly attachment, and a good way to start the day for many. The young novices are getting used to receiving alms, and their robes are much tidier. Today is a Buddhist Observance Day. People from government and private sectors in Det Udom and devotees from near Wat Ba Sai Ngam and far have come to give alms to the novices. On their return, the novices were eager to wash the senior monks' feet. While waiting for the meal, Phra Ajahn asked the novices to learn the Kho Nisai chant. If they're not living with their ordained master, a monk who's been ordained for less than 5 pansa or 5 years will have to perform Kho Nisai to other senior monks. Kho Nisai is a request to the more senior monk to assist and teach them how to live according to the Vinaya. Some novices went to practice on their own, while others joined together as a group or asked Phra Ajahn for help. The novices needed to put in quite an effort to memorize the chants. They did not give up until they achieved their goals.
Yes!
Then Phra Ajahn told the novices to recite the 10 precepts again. Due to the differences of their cultures, some of the novices had an argument. The senior monks stepped in to ease the situation.
Nobody's bad boy. Everybody's good.
Not everybody's good. People in jail are bad.
No, but they have reason to do bad things. Why they do bad things? Because of poverty, right?
Other novices also helped to calm their friends down.
You know why I say like that?
They said DJ loves you. You love him? Yeah, you're much cute.
Your family.
For the sake of their future growth, the novices will have to learn to live side by side under the guidance of Phra Ajahn. Just before taking their meal, the senior monks requested the novices to perform a short walking meditation for self-composure. Once they received their food, Phra Ajahn asked to inspect the bowls of some of the novices.
Oh, today so many, huh? Sure. If not finished, 4 polar pig. Okay? And no breakfast tomorrow morning. If you not finish today, tomorrow morning no breakfast, huh? Okay, sure you can.
He then asked the novices to review the term hiri-ottappa, or to be afraid and shameful in committing a sinful act.
Hiri, what is the meaning of hiri? Hiri means to shame of evil, shame of bad action, bad speech, bad thinking. That's called hiri.
To be inheritors of Buddhism, the novices will have to practice and face many more challenges in the weeks to come. The novices clean their cutlery and alms bowls thoroughly. Phra Ajahn sensed some disturbance among the boys while cleaning the requisites, so he ordered them to do a walking meditation to calm their minds. Phra Ajahn taught the novices about variations in the alms bowls.
The iron is more heavier, so this one is lighter. So it's not a...
Is this one small for you?
Yeah, too small.
Oh,
for
this
me.
is like even almost as light as this one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so light.
Can I see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With all of their similarity, some novices have tried to make their alms bowls personal.
How is it helpful? How is this helpful?
It is helpful because people don't
Confused.
because the stands are all the same, and so I know it's mine. That's why I have it on.
The monks tested the novices, who still cannot remember the Konisai chant.
Achati Thero. Achatake.
Check DJ. Make sure he got it. Achatta ke thani.
Thero Baro. Mehang Baro.
The novices tried to memorize the chant in preparation for offering themselves as Luang Ta Anek's disciples this evening. Before today's lesson started, Phra Ajahn told the novices to look at the first banyan tree of the monastery, which inspired Luang Ta Anek to plant the saplings around the monastery.
Oh, it's tukka eggs.
I thought it was snake.
Yeah, tukka.
Oh, that's what I saw with some teeth.
Anybody
There's
see
1,000 legs.
gecko egg?
How you call it in English, Janton? Usually I call it pat nang chi, not fern.
Oh, not fern.
We call this for the something is
Pat nang chi.
right. bamboo and tao.
Oh, that's why they get like
It's
the thingies.
black and one is very good.
I know this place is old because like the signs are all broken up and all washed out.
Special tree for both them.
Along the pathway, many signposts containing the Dhamma of Luang Pu Cha were seen hanging. It is a reminder to all participants and visitors the core value of this sacred place.
If
Oh, I think this was the one I saw.
yeah,
Be mindful.
you have time to meditate.
Have time to meditate. Oh!
Okay.
Once the lesson ended, the novices had some time to feed the fish and test their inventions from yesterday.
Who made it?
Wait, can you get my invention out of the sticks?
This is mine, but it's supposed to be used for planting.
Pra Ajahn taught the novices how to make their own toothpick, which is one of the requirements of the forest-dwelling tradition.
Today we are going to ask for dependence from Long Ta Ane. Okay, so traditionally we have to make something for him. Okay, so what should we make? Okay, yeah, the thing that usually make like for us before we ordain, we have to make like a lot of this. We have to give it to our upachaya, our ajar, our many teachers. We give them all like maybe 10 or 20 for each. In my time when I ordain, I have to make like maybe like 60 of these and give 20 for each ajahn. But now we don't have time, so we just make a few, and then ajahn will show you how to make one, but you probably don't have time to make, but you just have an idea what it is like. Okay, this is a toothpick.
Natural handmade toothbrushes make a good offering for a senior monk. Therefore, they must be made with careful attention to detail. Today, the gota wood, which contains medicinal qualities, was selected as the material for the handmade toothpick.
This one, you cut the branches out, and then be like this. After that, waiting for 3 days. This one, after that, waiting for 3 days. After waiting, you are waiting for 3 days, and then you pound it. Like just now.
Like this. We cut this off a branch,
Yep.
and then we cut off all the branches,
Right.
and then they'll be like this.
Yes.
And then we wait 3 days,
3 days, okay.
and then peel off the skin.
Okay, like this.
Yeah, like this, and then we grab the pounder, and then we go buck, 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 buck
Yes,
on the
right.
side.
And then you be like this one.
Like this, and then we grab a knife, and then we go 1, 2,
Chop,
3,
4.
4, 5, 6.
Right.
And then
And
after
then
that,
be like
and
this.
it be like this, and then
You use this one.
we get this, and then we sharpen this.
No. You use this is for the hair.
This for the hair like
Make the
this.
hair nicely.
The novices learn the entire process of making toothpicks, from selecting the wood, splitting it, sharpening it, and polishing it.
And then you sharpen it. You use this bishop.
That's too sharp. Look at
cut
that.
it.
That's
Good.
Okay?
Aside from learning about the practices of one of Luang Pu Cha's Wat Nong Pa Pong branch monasteries, the 12 novices gradually improved themselves little by little through the activity of the forest tradition. Every afternoon is time for the learning process. Most of the activities chosen help the novices develop important skills according to their age and are also Dharma-based. Hunter Trabing, a psychologist and minder who has known the novices since well before the ordination, introduced today's lesson to them. Jack Brown was there to observe throughout the whole of the activities as well.
Today, we are very grateful to be in the honourable presence of Assistant Professor Dr. Monrode, who is a specialist in human development in the sufficiency economy.
Assistant Professor Dr. Monrode Satan, or Professor Gung, Specialist in Human Development in Sufficiency Economy Philosophy, Thailand Sustainable Development Foundation, was the guest speaker in today's session. At first, Professor Gung explained about sufficiency economy to the novices. His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej introduced this practice in 1974 to encourage Thai people to live a sustainable life, to be able to rely upon themselves, and to apply this in daily life. Afterwards, Professor Gung had the novices draw a picture on the topic of my happiness. This activity is called a picture of your happy life. Each novice illustrated happiness differently in their drawings. They exchanged their work and discussed it with Jack and Hunter. At the end of the activity, Professor Gung concluded that there are 4 elements of happiness: material and money, relationship, environment, and culture.
If you don't have money at all, but you have a caring family, is that a good life?
Yes.
It's an okay life, not too bad, but it would be better if, huh?
It's just a man-made thing.
Yeah, it's the man-made thing, but we need some just enough to live on. So what we are saying that you need a balance between 4 boxes, a balance. That would be a happy life if you have all of this, just enough.
Then the novices learned about the philosophy of sufficiency economics. This theory is comprised of 3 cores: sufficiency, reason, and immunity. While Professor Gung explained about sufficiency, the novices considered the idea. Professor Gung then asked them to put some clothes on Jack. Some of the novices came to the conclusion that none of the clothes were fit for Jack.
This is not moderation. Example of not moderation. So moderation means not too much, not too little, not too big, not too small, just right.
Professor Gung then used the learning material to explain the meaning of reason. The novices were quick to participate.
I'm playing outside in my dad's garden at night. I will use mosquito repellent.
Good job.
Sadhu.
Sadhu.
I am going shopping. I will bring my own shopping bag with me.
Good job.
Very
Sadhu.
good. Sadhu.
The professor then taught them the third value of sufficient economy. She explained that in this theory, immunity means one must be prepared to cope with unforeseeable change. From the materials provided, she asked the novices to create an invention that reflected the value of sufficiency economics. She asked each group to create a piece of work according to these topics: speaking, eating, and going for the alms round. Drawing on various experiences, the novices were then tasked with presenting their works in various ideas of moderation, sufficiency, and self-immunity.
Okay, so it's a farm.
And this is trees, so it
Right.
can grow fruits.
So we got trees for fruit.
And produce fruit. We have a little house that it's livable.
Okay.
And this is our vegetable farm, and this is eggs. So we have some chicken with green eggs and ham. It's yummy. For the leftover food, this is our compost, and also the droppings of cows and chickens, and we can use it to make compost to make even more vegetables.
How you receive alms round with moderation? Can you present?
He walking too fast.
He's walking too fast.
And he couldn't find the right speed, so he's Yom can't put the baht in
So he walking too fast. People cannot put the food in his bowl. He's walking too fast, so it's not
Very fast.
moderation.
At the conclusion, Hunter asked them to summarize the lesson they learned today.
Novice Ryu, can you share what you learned today?
I learned how to set things up and how to make a village that has a sustainable resource that would and it will prevent disasters that have a chance of coming.
Good job. Sadhu.
I learned that you need only three things to have a sufficient life: moderation, reasonable life, and self-immunity.
Good job. Sadhu.
Professor Gung then concluded the theory of sufficient economics to the novices again one last time.
I think the sufficiency is something that you can do in your daily life. It can be any activities. Can it be eating? Yes. Can it be sleeping? Yes. Can it be running, walking? Yes, any activity. Or you can say that you can do sufficiency with every breath. Everything that you do all the time. So whatever you do, can you think of these three things, and then you will reach the goal of 4 boxes, the happy life in here.
For the novices, the sources of their knowledge also come from outside the monastery. The lay community provides fruitful knowledge that will certainly prove useful in the future.